A girl from Arkansas had a night to remember at her school's daddy-daughter dance.
At first, she didn't think she'd be able to attend, but then a school resource officer stepped in and they danced the night away. Tiffany Lee has that story.
I was excited because I've never ever went, and it would be my first time, and I actually been wanting to go.
Second grader Avie Cox had always dreamed of going to the daddy-daughter dance, but after her dad passed away during the holidays, she didn't think that she would be able to attend. But Corporal Harvey's chief reached out to his officers, suggesting that they volunteer to escort students without dads. So Corporal Harvey decided to step in for his little friend Avie.
I reached out to the mother. Mother came, said it was okay, because the last thing I want to do is get rejected by a second grader. So her mom talked to her about it, and the next day I formally asked her if she would be my date to the daddy-daughter dance.
Avie said yes, and the pair made sure to coordinate their outfits, take lots of pictures, and even rode in a limo to get pizza before heading to the event.
It meant a lot because I actually got to go and see all my friends there, and then get to go with him and have a lot of fun.
Corporal Harvey says it's a night that he will never forget because they made a lot of memories on and off the dance floor.
I embarrassed myself a little bit, danced when I can't dance at all.
But for Avie, those dance moves were one of her favorite parts.
Getting to take pictures together, me and him dancing, and that's her.
Oh, she's my sweet kid.
Some sweet moves, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, Corporal Harvey has 3 daughters himself, but they've all aged out of daddy-daughter dance days, and he says that he looks forward to going to them again with his new friend, Avie.
I love that so much. Yeah, it's adorable. Yeah, very nice.
Way to step in. All right.
Yeah.
That does it for Channel 2 News at 4.
The news at 5 begins in 60 seconds. Thanks for...
9. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News at 5.
During Hurricane Harvey's tear through Houston, that judge dismissed claims from homeowners who said the government was to blame for flooding across West Houston when federal engineers released water from local reservoirs.
Many homes were flooded, but because of the release, many others were saved. And that judge says you can't blame the government for a catastrophic hurricane. Our Taisha Walker's live now at the Addicts Reservoir area of West Houston tonight with the fallout from this decision. Taisha?
Lauren, homeowners say the real catastrophe happened when water was released from this reservoir and traveled into their homes. They say they are far from happy with this judge's dismissal. Cynthia Neely is one of nearly 10,000 Houston homeowners suing the Army Corps of Engineers. Neely says her West Memorial home flooded in August of 2017 because the Corps released water from the Addicts and Barker reservoirs, not because of Hurricane Harvey.
The Army Corps of Engineers, I thought their job, the Army, was to protect citizens. They failed to do their job. They failed to protect us, their #1 priority.
Neely is speaking with us from her barren dining room. The floodwaters destroyed her furniture and caused her to renovate her entire home. Neely joined thousands of other West Houston homeowners in a lawsuit seeking money from the government. On Tuesday, a federal judge dismissed their lawsuit, saying the federal government isn't responsible for imperfect flood control of waters created by, quote, an act of God.
God didn't open floodgates. The Army did. They took our property, and they took the life of my neighbor across the street. She drowned in a wheelchair from the water being released.
One of the lead attorneys representing the homeowners says this fight won't recede.
I know most of the lawyers who have cases representing homeowners in this case, and not a single one of them is going to quit because of yesterday's ruling.
And that lead attorney tells me that their next steps does involve an appeal. Reporting live in West Houston, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Hit after hit, smashing glass with his bare hands. An aggressive, angry man goes on a rampage after he wasn't allowed inside this gas station after hours. The store clerk, who was alone inside, was scared to death and hurt by those shards of flying glass.
Developing tonight, police are still searching for the attacker, and we've confirmed he has a long history of run-ins with the law. Our senior reporter Phil Archer live tonight with the story you'll see only on 2. Phil.
Yeah, that's right. The man police are looking for has a long arrest record, including convictions for theft and drug possession. The man he's accused of attacking is a recent Pakistani immigrant who brought his family to Houston 2 years ago looking for a better life.
He punched me.
Ahmed Najib is still shaken by the attack that came without warning or reason, even though it's been 4 months since it happened.
The problem is this, I'm scared. I suppose he killed me.
Mr. Najib works the graveyard shift at a Gulf station on Clinton Drive near the East Loop. The store is open around the clock, but the door is locked after 11 p.m., and customers have to do business through a small window. That's what he was trying to explain to a man who came to the window late one night last October. But the man insisted on being allowed into the store, and when Mr. Najib explained he couldn't do it, the would-be customer lashed out violently.
Like, what you want, buddy? Hey, what you want, buddy? And he punched me.
The suspect smashed his fist through the plate glass window, cutting Najib's eye and grinding glass into his cheek. He then began pounding on the front door, breaking out the glass there, first with his fist and then with an iron bar, threatening the whole time to kill Mr. Najib. The incident put Najib in the hospital and cost $2,000 in damage to his store. Police later identified his assailant as 40-year-old Anthony Dwayne Love. Love has been charged with aggravated assault but remains at large. Mr. Najib says he'll feel safer once Love is behind bars, and even now he still can't make sense of it.
I don't know what happened, what was the problem with him, I don't know, sir. I'm very surprised.
Anthony Love still on the street and facing a second-degree felony, which means he could get up to 20 years in prison if he's convicted. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, I'm Phil Archer, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Phil, thank you. All right, checking in with Frank now and getting back to that flooding. Frank, you blogged today about how escaping the flooding is really hard to do, essentially.
I mean, talking about it nationally, because when we look at Mississippi right now with the Pearl River, I mean, it's everywhere. And a viewer said, is there anywhere I can move to get away from flooding? So I did some research, I have some important links, and tried to answer the question. Click to Houston.com/weather, so check it out. Maybe you can send me some ideas. In the meantime, it's cloudy out there. We're looking for rain, but nothing of the flood variety, just some light rains to come in as we go into later tonight and overnight for the morning commute. It's also going to cool us down. We're 50s and 60s right now. They're the showers that we're looking. You see here it's Houston, so they've been well to the north, but we can initialize those. You can see the rain amounts have been anywhere from a ½ an inch to an inch of rain, but again, well north of us. So maybe a ½ an inch is what we're looking for. Here's the initialization, and you can see the FUTURECAST does a pretty good job with that. We're 20% as we go through the evening, 80% to the north, but that 80% is going to start to slide right through Conroe and into the Houston area as we get right toward the morning commute. There's 5, 6, 6:30. So we're going to be in for it as we continue into that hour. In fact, right down through the 50s to about 50 degrees at 6 a.m. Chances of rain from 20 to 30, 40 to 80% by 6. So get ready for that. It's going to be a cloudy jacket evening, a wet, messy Thursday, but we'll talk about when it finally begins to clear and then how much colder it gets before it warms up. Lauren?
All right, Frank, thank you. You can keep track of the forecast on your phone by downloading Frank's free weather forecast app. Just search KPRC in your app store to download.
3 HISD teachers are now charged with perpetrating indecent acts with children at school. They're allegations that have parents furious, some wondering why parents aren't consistently being notified.
And today we pressed the superintendent and every single board member for answers on this troubling trend. Roseanne Aragon is live now from Foster Elementary on Houston's south side. And Roseanne, 2 of the former teachers there in court today.
Yes, that's right. These parents tell me their frustration stems from not hearing from the district in addressing these concerns. They are frustrated as to why the investigation took so long, and it took so long to formally charge these teachers when the allegations from the community members came more than a year ago.
I was devastated.
HISD parents and guardians are wondering why they are just learning about several former teachers who were accused by students and parents of inappropriate behavior more than a year ago.
I think they're just not being considerate of how the parents feel.
and the emotions of the community.
Here's the list. 39-year-old James Bradley worked at Foster Elementary and then another school. 46-year-old Raymond Williams worked at Kashmir Gardens Elementary. And 74-year-old Cameron Hake worked at Cunningham. All former teachers, all accused in January of 2019. Now they have been charged in court for indecency with a child. Two of the suspects, Bradley and Hake, were in court today. But families of students feel left in the dark.
Now it's too late.
We contacted every board member.
Please try your call again later.
Until trustee Kathy Bluford Daniels picked up.
It all happened before I was a board member, so I'm finding out a lot of information now.
We tried to track down the district's top leader to try and learn more.
We just wanted to set up an interview with Dr. Granita Lathan.
As far as I know, there are no plans for any interviews. Not from her, not from anyone.
Bluford Daniels says her hands are tied, but transparency does matter.
I personally, I'm sure the other board members too, will be holding the superintendent and those involved accountable.
Now, parents tell me they understand that there are things that they can and cannot be told, but they say most importantly, they're looking for accountability and if their children are safe, as well as what is being done on the district's end to keep them safe. Reporting live from Foster Elementary, Roseanne Aragon, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Roseanne, thank you. Live to Las Vegas now, and inside the Paris Hotel and Casino, the top Democratic presidential candidates are just hours away from taking the debate stage. It's a debate you'll see live right here on KPRC Channel 2.
A new poll out today shows Senator Bernie Sanders with a large lead among Democratic primary voters nationwide. Sanders sits at 32%, former Vice President Joe Biden at 16%. You'll note that Biden's support has been cut in half since just last month. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is at 14%.
Channel 2 anchor Sion Rhodes is live from the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas tonight, where the debate is just a few hours away. Sion?
Just a few hours away and a whole lot at stake here. I talked to longtime NBC News correspondent Andrea Mitchell about what the top contenders have to do tonight. Senator Bernie Sanders coming into the debate as the new national frontrunner. With Bernie Sanders now looking double-digit ahead of everybody else in the field, does it look like he could potentially just run away with this thing?
Yes, he could, depending on the turnout, depending on the vote, and how the moderates fare in California and other big Super Tuesday states. He could, after March 3rd, he could be the nominee for all intents and purposes, maybe not with 1,991 delegates, but with a 200 delegate vote lead, which no one else can match.
Latecomer Mike Bloomberg will have a lot to prove.
He has to show authenticity, that he is accessible to Democratic voters around the country, including people of color who can have a lot of questions as they watch to see whether the stop and frisk Mike Bloomberg is the guy who shows up tonight, or is it someone who has learned some lessons more than his apology?
Former frontrunner Joe Biden now facing a make or break moment in Nevada.
He's got to place second in Nevada, so he needs a very strong finish tonight and to show that he can win in this caucus. He can't be a three-time loser going into South Carolina. This is a real test for them ahead of Super Tuesday. And it's not clear that all of them can survive to Super Tuesday, where it's so expensive to hit 14 states, expensive states, in what is essentially a national primary coming up on March 3rd.
A big test that could determine the Democratic nominee for president. We'll be here watching it, and you can watch it at home as well. I'll have live coverage for you coming up again at 6 and at 10 o'clock tonight. For now, reporting live in Las Vegas, Sion Rhodes, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
We will see you then, Sion. Thanks so much. And be sure to watch the debate tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Channel 2. If you're not near a TV, you can also watch the debate by going to our website, click2houston.com. It is a staple for Mardi Gras in Galveston, and this year, organizers of the Knights of Momus Parade are making big strides for an even better parade with more of the community involved.
And a trip to Dallas that's faster, cheaper, and unlike on a plane, there's no middle seat. New developments on the Texas Bullet Train plan from Houston to Dallas, and developers are taking aim at the airlines. It is pretty clear that the developers of the Texas Bullet Train are targeting frequent flyers between Houston and Dallas. New at 5 o'clock now, they have provided renderings of what the seating arrangement would look like.
And there's more legroom than a standard airline. There's more aisle space, larger windows, and there's no middle seat.
That's nice. And as we reported, construction on the Bullet Train could begin this year. Developers are waiting on approvals from the Federal Railroad Administration. The train would take 5 to 6 years to complete, but eventually passengers could shuttle between Dallas and Houston in just 90 minutes at a cost that reportedly would be less than a plane ticket. And while there is a lot of excitement about the project, there are still concerns from landowners in rural stretches of Texas.
They would be fighting property claims by the company planning the train. The next meeting on those concerns is happening tonight in Navasota. It's being hosted by Republican Congressman Kevin Brady. All right, it is the most recognizable parade in Galveston over the Mardi Gras season.
Yes, we're talking about the parade, but on the crew of the Knights of Momus. Channel 2 anchor Christine Noel is here now with a look at that for us. Christine?
Lauren and Andy, the Momus parade dates back over 150 years. The parade ended during World War II, but returned in 1984 and has been going strong ever since. This year, organizers are making an effort to get the entire community involved in this event.
The color, the music, and of course, the beads. The Knights of Momus parade has been a staple in Galveston for decades.
This is Galveston's oldest Mardi Gras parade. It was started back by George Mitchell in the 80s. We aspire to be the top parade on the island.
This year's theme, Sailing Through Scandinavia. 25 floats, 21 high school bands and drill teams taking the crowd on a journey.
A parade night is kind of like herding cats, but it all seems to come together at the end.
This year, organizers are getting the community involved in preparing for the parade, including local artists.
So we've teamed up this year with a couple different nonprofits and had them come down and help decorate and paint floats.
Nonprofits like Artist Boat.
We're trying to engage and educate people how our impact, what we do on a daily basis, affects our environment.
Also participating in this year's parade, Smart Family Literacy, with a float featuring Norse goddesses.
We were given the challenge of coming up with a theme around Norse mythology to contribute to something in whatever kind of way, and to be able to see it roll down in something as grand as our Mardi Gras is. I mean, I'm already floored just by the notion of seeing it roll down the road.
Just a few days away, KPRC Channel 2 is playing a big role in Galveston's Mardi Gras celebration. We will broadcast the Knights of Momus Grand Night Parade live this Saturday night. You can see the amazing floats and talented bands roll through Galveston. We're bringing it to you live starting at 6:30 p.m. And we're really excited about this. Frank, you're going to be out there as well.
I am. Great fun.
Yeah. You're out there. And
yep, and Derek Shore. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And Lauren Kelly as well. So be sure to tune in.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you said it's going to be dry.
It's going to be dry. It's going to be crisp and cool.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
Good Mardi Gras weather.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect Mardi Gras. Hey, Lauren, have your poinsettias bloomed yet?
I did not plant mine this year, B, no, I've never gotten mine to do that.
This is from 2018.
No.
I know, Christmas 2018, that John planted these, and now they're blossoming.
Now that's a gardener.
That is a gardener,
Yeah.
and that's an early spring.
Yeah.
Highs today, 60, 63, 67. Right now, it's cloudy out. There's our triangle energy shot right there of the Williams Tower, 61. Northeast winds at 7. Humidity is up, as you probably guessed. A lot of cloud cover out there. At least we got the fog out of here, so Galveston's in good shape there. 63, east-northeast winds at 12. Humidity there, 84%. Here's that forecast for Mardi Gras, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 50s and 40s for Friday. It's going to be cool. And then for Saturday, 60 degrees, so right around upper 50s for the parade as we go into the evening hours. But it should be very nice because the low Sunday's only 58, so 58 to 60 is what we're watching for that. And clear skies. It'll be nice. And then Barkus and Meow Sunday. I don't think there's going to be any rain all weekend. Maybe a quick coastal shower Sunday, but that would be really late in the evening hours. So it shouldn't interrupt any problems. 50, 52, 56 right now at Bush. There's the northeast wind, 7-8 miles per hour, so that continues to bring in cool air. You'll notice the Pacific pull here of moisture across Mexico into Texas, so that's why all this moisture is way to our north, and it's going to continue to stay that way until later tonight. And high pressure is going to start to edge it in our direction. So there's a look at what we have right now closer to the area, and you can see the HRRR FUTURECAST initializes that pretty well. So watch the heavy showers continue to move off toward Mississippi where they don't need it. But we start to see this rain pull in here. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning for our commute. Continues to slide right on into the area. That's noon tomorrow. And then it thins out as we go into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, so that Friday looks pretty good. So it gets better and better with time. Temperatures, though, get colder and colder. So from where we are now, the range is going to bring in colder air. You can see 52, 53 for tonight and for tomorrow morning, and then 52, 53 for tomorrow. So right there at the low 50s all day Thursday. And then it gets even colder Friday morning, 39, 40 for a low, some upper 30s to the north with highs only into the mid 50s. So it stays pretty chilly. Finally, we warm up as we head toward the end of the weekend. And here it is, 54, 56, 62 Saturday, 70 on Sunday. And then right before this front gets here, we're at 74, but we start to cool down a little bit on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, a dry front moves in. So it doesn't bring us any rain, but it brings us another cool shot, 50s and 40s, even some upper 30s as we move into the end of the following week. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Caught on camera now, this man is heading for his front door when a white Nissan Altima pulls up. A man dressed in all black runs up to him with a gun drawn. This happened nearly a month ago on Jutland Road on Houston's south side near Caldwell Elementary. The man says the suspect threatened to shoot him if he moved. The crook starts searching the man's pockets and then runs off with his phone. Police are still looking for the man and the getaway driver.
It was just a few years ago when fingerprints were considered to be the forefront of identification. Now it's facial comparison technology, and it's being used at Hobby Airport. Airport officials say passengers traveling internationally are now able to get through immigration inspection checkpoints in half the time, thanks to the new technology. Hobby is the first airport in Texas to use the technology for all international arrivals and departures.
And here's Lester Holt in Las Vegas with a look at what's coming up next on Nightly News.
Just ahead, tonight's critical Democratic debate here in Las Vegas as Michael Bloomberg faces tough questions and why airports are asking the government to delay the deadline for Real ID, the new driver's license you'll need to board planes. All just ahead.
For less. Hello, I'm Dominique Soxa in the newsroom with a look at what we're working on for Channel 2 News at 6 o'clock today. A family just searching for answers after a 17-year-old boy was shot and killed. His aunt, who helped raise him, is talking to Channel 2 tonight. And you saw it first on 2, a Pearland youth softball coach accused of inappropriately touching a young girl, now disturbing new details from court documents. And the future of space is closer than you might think, and private companies will play a major role. The status of the Commercial Crew program, which will launch astronauts into space from the U.S. for the first time since the shuttle program. These stories and more coming up at the top of the hour on Channel 2 News at 6. Back to you.
All right, Dominique, thanks.
Looking forward to it. And one last look at weather.
Hey, I have a new weather model. It's called the IBM GRAF. You know, IBM owns weather.com and Weather Underground and is our vendor. So here's a look. There, Exact Track Radar, there's the actual, and you can see how it initializes very well, and it continues to pull this rain in, looking for a fairly quiet one overnight, but then we get into those showers more and more, and then there is our morning commute at 7 a.m. So interesting to watch. No, it's going to be a mess.
All right.
Get ready.
Be prepared.
Yep.
All right, Frank. Thanks for joining us. Nightly News is next.
We'll see you at 6.